Ever feel like science moves like, well, at a snail's pace?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Today we're talking about research that could seriously turbocharge the whole process. They're using AI to predict the outcome of social science experiments, like before they even happen.
Whoa! Seriously?
Yeah, it's all in this brand new paper from Stanford and NYU. Super cutting edge stuff.
Wow, okay, so how does that even work?
So they wanted to see if AI could predict the results of these real social science experiments.
Okay, so backing up a sec, why is predicting those results so important?
Right, good point.
I mean, besides sounding super cool, of course.
It's kind of like, imagine if we knew what worked before we actually did it. That's huge, right? We're talking saving time, resources.
Totally, you could test way more ideas that way too.
Exactly. So to test this whole AI thing, they had this face-off, right? AI versus human forecasters.
Hmm.
And these humans, they weren't just random people off the street.
Oh, I bet. Seasoned pros, I'm guessing?
At best of the best, at the top of their fields.
Okay, now I'm really interested.
Yeah.
What happened?
Get this. The AI was as good as, and sometimes even better than, these expert humans.
No way. Seriously?
Seriously. And it's not like they just fed the AI the experiment details and said, go.
Yeah.
They actually gave it like a crash course in human behavior, demographics, social trends, all that.
So they basically gave the AI a textbook understanding of how people tick and then said, all right, tell us what's going to happen.
Exactly.
And it worked.
It did. They were blown away. The AI was eerily accurate.
Okay, hold on. When you say the AI predicted the experiment, for those of us who don't speak scientist, what does that actually mean?
Good point. I can get a little jargony sometimes. So imagine a social science experiment. It's trying to figure out how people behave or how they think in a specific situation.
Okay, got it. Like how effective is this new type of advertising or something?
Exactly. Or how do people respond to different incentives? And being able to predict that outcome before you run the actual experiment, that's always been really hard.
Because people are complex, we don't always make sense.
Right. Exactly. So the fact that this AI is outperforming experts, that's huge EE.
It's like the AI is seeing something that even the smartest humans are missing.
Totally. So how does it do it? Is it magic? Is it reading minds?
Well, not quite, but it's pretty close.
Okay, so no mind reading or crystal balls, but still. Pretty wild. So how does this AI do it?
It's all about pattern recognition.
Yeah.
Really, really advanced pattern recognition.
Right. We talked about all that data they fed it about how people act.
Exactly. So it takes all that data and it basically builds like a simulation, a model of how different people would react in different situations.
So it's almost like the AI is building a little digital society in its code and then running these experiments on them.
Exactly. And the crazy part is, it's not just memorizing what happened in the past. It's taking that data and learning from it, finding those hidden patterns, just like we do, in a way.
That's incredible. So it's not just a fancy calculator. This thing is learning and adapting, kind of like a human brain.
Yep. A little creepy, right?
Yeah.
But also really exciting. Now, one thing they did find is the AI's accuracy wasn't the same across the board.
Oh. So what kinds of experiments was it better at predicting?
Online surveys, mostly. It was best at those.
Makes sense, right? Online surveys, everything's pretty clear-cut.
Yeah. You click A or B. Not a lot of room for, sudden changes of heart.
But when it came to real-world stuff, like trying to predict how people would change their behavior in the real world.
Yeah, that was trickier. Less accurate.
Well, yeah, the real world is messy, unpredictable.
Exactly. Out here, people are influenced by a million different things. Their friends, the weather, what they had for breakfast. It's a lot for even a supercomputer to keep track of.
True. So maybe there's hope for us humans yet. We're not totally replaceable. At least, not yet. But still, this AI, it's clearly a game changer. What's it all mean, though? Big picture. What are we looking at here? So we've got this AI, right? And it can predict how people are going to act, at least sometimes. What does that even mean for the future? For research, for our lives?
Honestly, it's huge. Imagine, testing a public health campaign before you launch it. Seeing what works, what doesn't, without spending a ton of money or time.
Like a giant research lab, but for society.
Exactly. We can figure out solutions to all sorts of problems way faster. Poverty, crime, even just, how to get people to eat healthier.
It'd be incredible. And you knew this was coming. Couldn't this be used for bad stuff, too?
Oh, absolutely. Every invention has two sides. Imagine this tech being used to manipulate people, to exploit them.
Or to make those existing biases even worse.
Exactly. This isn't some sci-fi problem either. This is now. We got to be smart about this.
We can't just hope for the best. We have to actually think about this stuff, the ethics of it all.
Couldn't agree more. This research, it's like a wake-up call. AI is powerful, and we need to make sure it's used for good.
So, listeners, we've gone deep today into the world of AI, predicting human behavior, all that wild stuff.
And this is really just the beginning. Who knows what's next, right?
It's exciting, sure, but we gotta be careful too. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Until next time.